Join the Nichi Bei Foundation and your friends in the Asian American community as we hold our 7th annual Nichi Bei Night with the Kings on Sunday, December 22nd, 2024, versus former King star Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers at Sacramento's Golden One Center. See exciting young rising King stars like De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, and our newest addition, All-Star DeMar DeRozan. The festivities kick off with a pre-game performance by Sacramento Taikodan at the Tahoe Blue Ridge space in Doko Plaza, in front of the main entrance to Golden One Center at 1:30 p.m., followed by a free raffle of Kings-related gear. There will also be free giveaways to those who order tickets through the Nichi Bei Foundation, courtesy of the Kings. Order your tickets early for the best seats. Proceeds will benefit the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival and the Nichi Bei Foundation's Wayne Maeda Educational Fund, named after the late CSU Sacramento Ethnic Studies professor. The Nichi Bei Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that publishes the Nichi Bei News Japanese American community newspaper. The Nichi Bei News is the media sponsor. For more information, visit www.nichibeifoundation.org/kings. For episode 9 of season 3, we will be featuring health and aging in the community, namely our Genki Aging series. In this episode, we'll be focusing on individual stories as well as stories on those making an impact into their golden years. Many of these stories come from the annual health and wellness edition of the Nichi Bei News. For our pastry selection, we will be serving a delicious piece on a new nonagenarian, as busy as ever after her retirement 20 plus years ago. For our salad selection, we get a healthy serving of an organization serving the greater Richmond, California area. For our chef special, our video chefs serve up a special treat of a mother-daughter team hitting it big on YouTube. For our dessert, we feast on a special feature from Southern California, as our contributor Akira Olivia Kumamoto covers Tsudo for Solidarity's Kintsugi conference, dealing with the lingering trauma of the Japanese American wartime incarceration. And stick around, as always, to be treated to some news bites of happenings in our Japanese and Japanese American community. Finally, we end the program tonight with tips of events that are coming up in the next month and beyond. So without further delay, let's start the cafe. Starting off with our pastry selection tonight, we present a sweet story about a sweet nonagenarian, or person in their 90s. Bet you didn't know that one. I didn't either. Ruth Ichinaga. She serves as an inspiration for people to stay active and healthy well after their retirement.
As part of our Genki Aging series, our goal is to empower the fastest growing segments of the Japanese American community, its seniors. We hope to accomplish this by bringing awareness to our community of local senior services and individuals. In this segment, the Nichi Bei crew travels to the San Francisco East Bay to visit a young and vibrant 90-year-old, Ruth Ichinaga, who retired some 25 years ago but continues to be active in the community.
I was a school nurse. I worked as for the Oakland Unified School District, and it was a large school. I was there 5 days a week, which is unusual.
Not knowing that her career of nursing would serve as a foundation for her senior years, Ruth reflects on her career.
I think that's why I went into the field, because I felt like health is really important, and I felt like health services, medical services, medical care is something that is a service that everyone should have.
Ruth picked up Taiko near retirement and is currently teaching at Sakura Kai in Richmond.
I didn't take Taiko until I was retired. I think I'm really fortunate that I was introduced to Taiko. It's not something that I ever dreamed about doing, drumming. In fact, I had never heard of Taiko until this friend of mine told me about this class, and but it keeps me active. Taiko is, you have to learn the music. We don't usually have sheet music. It's all learning by saying it out loud, and then saying it out loud, and then playing it using your body to transfer it to the drum. It's something that I was able to catch on to and do, and really get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
As well as most seniors, she does have concerns about aging in today's world.
Well, when I was younger, of course, I'd walk really fast. And, you just never worried about going places. And now I know that I can't run. I've developed this, the being more aware of what's my surroundings, because of the times. The safety is something that's kind of, in my mind, and also because I'm older, I don't want to. I'm not rushing around as much. I'm more mindful of where I put my feet, what's in front of me. So it's just having to adapt to this older body.
Dance has been an influential part of her life after retirement, as Ruth reflects.
Judy was teaching it first in the Albany Senior Center, and then now she teaches here. But I just love it because it's again challenging my mind. You have to learn the steps, then you have to put it into. You have to dance it, and you have to move your arms and your feet and there's a little bit of attitude in hip hop. So, of course, as a senior, you don't have the same attitude. But nevertheless, it's just fun to learn dance, and then to actually have your feet move and dance, and again be with other people and dance and just have fun.
Ruth's gratitude also contributes to her positive attitude to aging.
I'm just grateful, for each day that I have, and I think that's really important. When I wake up in the morning, I say, it's going to be a great day today. And I do say a few affirmations, but and I'm really, thankful for the day, because so many of my friends are no longer here, and I get to be here. I get to be here. I get to experience whatever I'm experiencing.
We hope you continue to learn and grow for years to come. This is Greg Valoria for Derek Tahara for the Nichi Bei Cafe.
Special thanks to Ruth and the Sakura Kai for allowing the Nichi Bei crew into their lives. And speaking of Sakura Kai, it's now time for our salad. We serve up a healthy mix on the organization that serves the Japanese American community in the greater Richmond area. They recently celebrated their 50th anniversary last year as well. Please enjoy our salad mix today.
As part of our Genki Aging series, our goal is to empower the fastest growing segments of the Japanese American community, its seniors. We hope to accomplish this by bringing awareness to our community of local senior services and individuals. In this segment, the Nichi Bei Cafe crew travels to Richmond, California to visit Sakura Kai, an organization started to help the Issei population aging at that time some 50 years ago. In the 1970s and the rise of Asian American activism, student leaders from UC Berkeley worried about the Issei, or in many cases their grandparents, as Amy explains.
My dad was one of the early coordinators. Jun Sakaguchi was the first coordinator and was here for, I think, probably 2 years maybe. And then my dad took over. So, that's got to be like 50 years ago. And so we were connected with it was at the time it was Richmond Unified School District Adult School. And it was an adult school program which required somebody with a teaching credential at the time. And so Dad was an accountant and did not want to go back to school. So he asked his daughter, who had a teaching credential. And so it was just 2 Saturdays a month. So I would help out. I got involved because at the time I had a young son and I was not teaching at that time. And so Dad thought, oh, she needs something to do.
Like many senior centers, Sakura Kai provided not only social activities, but senior health support, as Amy explains.
We provided services like every year, Kimi Honda would organize a health screening. And so we would get doctors and dentists and optometrists, and they would provide their services for free and do a health screening.
Sakura Kai also started to provide culturally relevant meals to the Isseis at the time and continues to this day for a modest fee.
In the beginning, they would bring bagged lunches, and so Mom was always providing lunch for the teachers because she felt, they were providing their services for free, and Mom was a great cook. And people, when they had birthdays, they would bring in extra things to share with everybody else. And it gradually got to the point where they were saying, let's just make lunch. And so they would make lunch for all the seniors.
As Amy mentioned, her mother stepped in and prepared food for everybody with the help of volunteers. And they were excellent. They were just marvelous meals always. And then after that, it was another group of food prep people, another group. And then they kind of forced Amy, the daughter, to continue. She's also an excellent cook, obviously, and very well organized. And so she has prepared meals. So I would say our seniors are getting more sophisticated. They like the good food. And I don't know if anybody else but Amy could set it up. But they do have a lot of Shin Issei who help with food. They all have the good taste buds. They can flavor everything well, but nobody wants to take the responsibility. A lot of work goes into it.
Sakura Kai continues to evolve in their in-person and online offerings since the pandemic, as Marjorie explains.
Thank goodness for our young volunteers, because they help us set up a web page and they do other things that and teaching all the seniors how to use Zoom. That was a wonderful effort on their part. Going online, we have been working on Zoom because during COVID we couldn't be in person. And even now, as an adult school program in the summer, we're working on volunteer basis, and we've had to work on Zoom. That's the only way. And this is the first year we're going to try spreading out. So one group is going to practice taiko someplace, and another group is doing Japanese American classes, and we're doing things on Zoom as well. The school has enabled us to do hybrid classes where we have the use of an owl, where the camera takes a picture of the people in the class, and we also have contact with people online. And it's been shown on a TV screen. So there are advantages, definitely. The biggest one is if we are funded, they don't charge us a fee to register our students. And that is that because they were threatening to charge us $220 a senior, and that was too hard. And also, they let us use the facilities without charge. So it's a rare group which can offer classes only in that dollar activity fee, and then they pay for lunch if they stay.
Sakura Kai Senior Center is located at the West Contra Costa County Adult Education Center, aka Alvarado School, every Saturday during the school year at 5625 Sutter Avenue, Richmond, California. If you want to know more about this program, please visit www.sakurakaica.org, and donations appreciated. This is Greg Valoria for the Nichi Bei Cafe.
A big thank you to Sakura Kai and their wonderful staff of volunteers helping out seniors in their area. Okay everyone, for our chef special, Nichi Bei News staff writer Tomo Hirai and our producer Greg Valoria interview a special mother and daughter team who have created a wonderful YouTube following, and they explain how this came to be. Please enjoy.
Nichi Bei News writer Tomo Hirai and I chat with Eiko Sokolowski and April Hattori, the dynamic mother and daughter team on YouTube helping thousands of people of all ages stay healthy. April and Eiko explain what got them started on this wonderful journey.
I've always been into fitness, ever since I was a young person. And so, I went through my whole corporate career. I was a journalist, I was in communications, and I was working in New York doing PR. And in 2017, my mom and my stepdad were in California, and he unfortunately passed away. And so it was a time that I made a decision to, move out west, be with my mom. And it was a perfect time for me to kind of take a look at what I wanted to do with my life. And so since I love fitness and I love to help people, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to follow my dream to be a personal trainer. And so that's what I did. So when I moved out to Nevada, I just knocked on doors and I got a job as a personal trainer in a local gym. And I was training older adults, seniors, and I absolutely love it. And that was in 2019.
Well, I've always been active. I've walked and things like that, but never really into working out in the sense of working out. It wasn't really till I lived with April that there are some benefits to living with your personal trainer,
Eiko explains how one video turned into a YouTube sensation for them.
Well, you're right. Originally, I thought it was just one video. She asked me, do you want to do a video with me? And we can go through the exercise. Sure. One video is fine with me. Never thinking that it would become what are we up to? 200, I think, or something like that. But it's been a good ride, and I must say we're helping people, and I think that's really what is gratifying.
We asked Eiko if being in front of the camera comes naturally.
Well, originally I think the earlier videos I seemed a little kind of quiet, My face is very I didn't know what to expect. So, but over time I think I'm very okay with it and feel comfortable with it. In fact, sometimes maybe I'm a little bit too exuberant, a little bit is okay, but sometimes that made me get carried away because I really enjoy myself, so it's good.
We asked April what seniors should look out for as they age.
Falls are the #1 cause of injury, fatal and non-fatal injuries among older adults. So, all those things that you need, like working on your balance, doing cardiovascular work, so getting your heart rate up, and strength training is so important. And also stretching. So all these things are super important to do for older adults. So the goal is to aim for 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. So that could be walking doing videos with us, the walking videos that we do, and at least 2 strength workouts in a week, targeting all of your muscle groups. And on top of that, you can do balance exercises, 2-3 times a week, and stretching almost every day, because stretching, you don't build muscle, but what stretching does is it really kind of gives you flexibility, enables your joints to move properly, muscles to move properly. So you need that as well. You don't want to be stiff, right? So all those things are important to do on a regular basis. And what we say is that, you start where you are. It doesn't matter where you are.
Right.
Just start moving. That's the most important thing. I don't care how much or how long it is.
5 minutes.
That's right.
10 minutes.
Right. The more you do it,
The more you do it.
the better, the stronger you'll become, and also your endurance will increase.
It's good for your brain too.
Absolutely. It's excellent for your brain.
Yeah.
Their goal was very simple in the beginning, and their channel post-pandemic has evolved as with their viewership.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We started by just focusing on seniors. If we could help one person, that was our goal. And here we are with 340,000 subscribers with over 38 million views on our videos. And demographic-wise, most of our viewers are 60, 65 plus.
Plus 80, some people in their 80s.
90s.
Yeah,
However, we're also helping folks who are younger,
Right.
even in their 20s, and then also people who have limited mobility, or even recovering from different ailments, whether it's knee replacements,
Right.
hip replacements, or even like COVID,
Sure.
people starting to get back into exercise, and they really appreciate a gentle way to get back into
Right.
it.
We hope they continue to help seniors of all ages for years to come. Please visit their YouTube channel at Yes to Next or their website at yes2next.com. This is Greg Valoria for Tomo Hirai for the Nichi Bei Cafe.
For our dessert, we feast on a special feature from Southern California, as our contributor Akira Olivia Kumamoto covers Tsudo for Solidarity's Kintsugi conference, dealing with the lingering trauma of the Japanese American wartime incarceration.
Tsudo for Solidarity's Kintsugi 2024 conference took place from October 3rd to October 6, 2024 at the Japanese American National Museum in Los Angeles. Tsudo for Solidarity is a Japanese American social justice organization. One of the co-founders, Satsuki Ina, explained the theme of the event.
The conference title is Kintsugi 2024, and kintsugi is a form of Japanese pottery where there's been fracture and then repair by the use of gold to bring the broken pieces together to make it whole. And in doing that kind of repair, it's like the scar is visible, and yet it makes the piece of pottery more valuable, and it tells its history. And so we use that as a metaphor for our gathering together. And the main focus is to talk about the trauma of the World War II incarceration and its reverberating effects across generations. There are 5 generations of Japanese Americans who attended this conference. And so we studied the impact of the trauma, and then had people from different places across the country sharing their efforts at repair. So different programs that are trying to recover from the trauma.
During this gathering, participants heard from speakers and attended workshops exploring personal journeys of healing, scholarly research about the generational impact of incarceration, and many other topics. Additionally, participants were invited to participate in small groups to explore their own personal reflections and engage in community dialogue.
Tsudo for Solidarity is something that I've been involved with off and on since I was young through my family, and for me, a lot of my experience with Tsudo for Solidarity is how I've contextualized activism and solidarity in growing up. since I've been in high school. I've met so many amazing people through Tsuruo for Solidarity and through the groups that they work alongside.
Along with regular programming, the conference hosted an Ireicho ceremony led by Reverend Duncan Buchan Williams.
He has for many years now been working on the monument with names. One of the other traumatic experiences is the erasure of our culture, of our names. You know, famous photographers like Dorothea Lange took photos that are iconic photos of our experience, but she never asked permission, and the names to the people whose images come up now on a regular basis. So that Ireicho ceremony and the Book of Names is to make sure that nobody is excluded, so that every single name of a person who was incarcerated is included in this book.
After the Ireicho ceremony, attendees followed a procession to a special annual obon called the Fandango Obon. The celebration included a multicultural ofrenda, which is an altar that's a central part of the Mexican holiday Dia de los Muertos. Ofrendas are a way to remember and honor the deceased.
I think my biggest takeaway is that our community should be doing this as much as we can. I think this has been such a positive experience for everyone that I've talked to, and a lot of people feel like they're coming home to their community or to this group, that they haven't felt the same sort of sense of welcoming or comfort with other groups in their lives. So I think, to me, I look forward to doing this again. I look forward to inviting more people to join events like this.
The print version of this story is in our health and wellness issue that hits the streets today. Next up, we share some noteworthy stories from the community news files. Director, you know what time it is.
Next is our News Bites, highlighting events over the past month or so, including stories from the pages of the Nichi Bei News. Let's roll the News Bites, please.
So let's roll the news bites. The news bites rolling. San Jose Japantown members gathered September 22nd to celebrate the Japanese American Museum of San Jose's dedication of the Barrack Room to the late Jimi and Eiko Yamaichi. Jimi Yamaichi, a carpenter and Nisei draft resistor who survived the Tule Lake concentration camp, created the replica based on architectural specifications and from his own vivid memories, the museum's website states. The Yamaichi's son, George Yamaichi, recalled that his mother, Eiko, was an avid supporter of Jimi's projects. Jim Nagareta, a former museum executive director, said Jimi and Eiko Yamaichi influenced the community so much that even in their passing, we're recognizing them. It's just a continuation of the recognition that the Yamaichi family deserves. Jimi Yamaichi passed away in 2018 at age 95, and Eiko passed away in 2023 at the age of 99. Free Cho Soo-lee, a documentary depicting an Asian American movement to exonerate Korean immigrant Cho Soo-lee, who was wrongfully convicted of a San Francisco gang murder in 1974, won an Emmy for Outstanding Historical Documentary at the 45th Annual News and Documentary Emmy Awards on September 26th in New York. Cho Soo-lee was eventually exonerated from death row thanks to a movement that sprang from journalist K.W. Lee's reporting at the Sacramento Union. Director Julie Ha spent 6 years working on the film with co-director Eugene Yi to ensure his story, which she considered a part of Asian American history, as well as American and human history, is never forgotten. Cho Soo-lee passed away in 2014. Free Cho Soo-lee is available for streaming through November 14th at pbs.org. The Japanese American Religious Federation's 18th annual Curry Cookoff was held on October 19th at the Christ United Presbyterian Church in San Francisco's Japantown. Curry aficionados gathered to help judge 7 culinary creations, ranging in spice levels from the creative Matt and Alex Curry Pockets by Matthew Poon to an alarm-raising 13 spice curry by Henry Ichinose. Andrew Uyasugi's Tonton DX curry employed a long simmering tonkotsu-style pork broth, while Raymond Liu's Buzzer Beater curry utilized secret ingredients such as sake and tomato as its base. Nick Lonstup's PTB curry, on the other hand, used corn chips to complement large chunks of meat. The unanimous winner of the trifecta Judge's Choice, People's Choice, and Kids' Choice was Nicholas Lee's Nihonmachi Little Friends curry, an accessible creation featuring ground beef.
This is exactly the one we make for the preschool. So it's great. I'm really excited to be representing Nihonmachi Little Friends.
Judges included 2024 Northern California Cherry Blossom Queen Claire Inoue, Nippon Curry Manager Barry Louie, and Teresa Ono of the Defining Courage Committee. Proceeds from the event will benefit the Defining Courage production.
Oh, what's good about this year's contestants is that the only repeat person was 1 out of 9 entrants. And so it's really great to have the community coming together to test out their culinary skills, to challenge each other in this curry competition.
Are they mostly members of churches?
No, they're not. They're mostly members of the community. People who randomly saw the Instagram, posters in the city, posters in Japantown. Yeah.
October 19th was a busy day in SF Japantown, where the National Japanese American Historical Society opened the exhibit called Now and Then, Life in Community Art, featuring the artwork of Rich Tokeshi, Leon-san, and Leland Wang, chronicling the evolution of their art over their careers. The exhibit is now open from now until December 31st, 2024. For more information, please visit njahs.org. Japantenna, whose mission is to connect the US to Japan culturally through the local Japan prefecture's uniqueness, held a calligraphy or shoto workshop on October 19th and 20th at the Japantown Visitor Center in Japan Center East Mall. The event was highlighted by a workshop by Goyo Morimoto, who holds the rank of 8th Dan level, the highest rank set by Nihon Shuji, one of the largest calligraphy associations in Japan. October was a busy month in the Japanese American community, and there were many more events than we can possibly fit in our news bites this month. For bigger bites or even meals, check out our YouTube channel for full-length videos on our 6th Nikkei Angel Island pilgrimage and the 100th anniversary of Sturge Presbyterian Church. For more up-to-date news like this, please be sure to subscribe to the Nichi Bei News, carrying on a legacy of 125 years of community leadership through media at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our 9th episode of Season 3 featuring health and wellness in our community. We hope that you enjoyed what we, and of course all of our featured chefs, cooked up for the cafe menu today. At this point, we want to give a big thanks to the Henry and Tomoya Takahashi Charitable Foundation for their continued support of the cafe. We greatly appreciate our collaboration with you in finding new ways to engage our Nikkei community. We would like to thank everyone for continuing to support our YouTube channel. And we hope you enjoy our future content featuring our Japanese and Japanese American community. So please continue to support us by telling your friends, family, and loved ones to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like this episode and comment down below if the spirit moves you. To stay in the know of more happenings in the Japanese American community, please consider becoming a member of our Nichi Bei community to help support what we do here at www.nichibei.org/subscribe. Join the Nichi Bei Foundation and your friends in the Asian American community as we hold our 7th annual Nichi Bei Night with the Kings on Sunday, December 22nd, 2024, versus former King star Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers at Sacramento's Golden One Center. See exciting young rising King stars like De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, and our newest addition, All-Star DeMar DeRozan. The festivities kick off with a pre-game performance by Sacramento Taikodan at the Tahoe Blue Ridge space in Doko Plaza, in front of the main entrance to Golden One Center at 1:30 p.m., followed by a free raffle of Kings-related gear. There will also be free giveaways to those who order tickets through the Nichi Bei Foundation, courtesy of the Kings. Order your tickets early for the best seats. Proceeds will benefit the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival and the Nichi Bei Foundation's Wayne Maeda Educational Fund, named after the late CSU Sacramento Ethnic Studies professor. The Nichi Bei Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that publishes the Nichi Bei News Japanese American community newspaper. The Nichi Bei News is the media sponsor. For more information, visit www.nichibeifoundation.org/kings. That's different from the episode outro? To stay in the know, yeah, that's the episode outro, but there's a News Bites outro, right? It's like something like, for more up-to-date news like this, please consider something 125 years of community leadership through media. Yeah, what is it? $125. Yeah. Okay, maybe I have it. So, okay. Join the Nichi Bei Foundation and your friends in the Asian American community as we hold our 7th annual Nichi Bei Night with the Kings on Sunday, December 22nd, 2024, versus former King star Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers at Sacramento's Golden One Center. See exciting young rising King stars like De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Keegan Murray, and our newest addition, All-Star DeMar DeRozan. The festivities kick off with a pre-game performance by Sacramento Taikodan at the Tahoe Blue Ridge space in Doko Plaza, in front of the main entrance to Golden One Center at 1:30 p.m., followed by a free raffle of Kings-related gear. There will also be free giveaways to those who order tickets through the Nichi Bei Foundation, courtesy of the Kings. Order your tickets early for the best seats. Proceeds will benefit the Sacramento Asian Pacific Film Festival and the Nichi Bei Foundation's Wayne Maeda Educational Fund, named after the late CSU Sacramento Ethnic Studies professor. The Nichi Bei Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that publishes the Nichi Bei News Japanese American community newspaper. The Nichi Bei News is the media sponsor. For more information, visit www.nichibeifoundation.org/kings.